Check, check. Hello, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another Corpus Christi Originals. This is the second live that I've done so far. I plan to do on trap probably every Friday night. I've got Rachel Caballero with me. What's going on, Rachel?
Hey guys, hi Jesse, hi guys. How's everybody doing?
I'm doing good. I'm just waiting for some people to come in. They come in. That's all right. They'll just
Okay.
catch the replay or whatever. But yeah, so I saw your video on Facebook about an hour or two ago about
hmm
uh like a lot of stuff is false information. Is that what's going on?
Well, basically, the media is portraying situations in a way that is not true, right? So the petition, they made it sound like. What did you? Let me ask you. What was your interpretation of what the petition is before
Okay,
my
the
video?
petition, the one that you have, right?
Yeah,
What was it? Yes, yes. It was basically to remove the mayor,
right. But when you
right?
saw the post of those three council members, what's the
Yes,
vibe you got from that?
that they were gonna actually pursue actually removing her.
Okay. So you were probably one of the few people that understood that. So the way that they were portraying it on social media and pretty much across all social media platforms
Mm-hmm.
was that those three people want to remove, they put on the petition to remove, on the agenda to remove the mayor. And
Okay.
that's not the case. They put the petition on the agenda to talk to the me and the rest of the community and talk about what they should do. So
Oh,
that's going to be on the agenda on March 24th in 2 weeks.
okay. So they're gonna put it on the agenda, the petition that everybody signed to,
Right.
and then proceed whether to get rid of her or not.
Right. Well, they're gonna
Okay.
decide on what the next course of action should be. From what I understand, they have three there's three options. One, they remove her. Two, they suspend her for a period of time. Or three, they do nothing at all.
Okay. I mean,
So I've
how
been
long is this
able
process?
huh?
How long is this process gonna take?
Well,
Do
I
we?
from what I understand, there is, if they decide to move forward, then there's several weeks that the mayor gets an opportunity to present her case, and then I have an opportunity to present my case with all the factual information and all that other stuff. I don't know that it'll come to that. I know that the mayor's looking for a lawyer in case that it does, and she probably should. But hopefully that one won't be paid by taxpayer dollars. But
Mm,
at the end of the day, the reason for my petition, there's been a whole big rumor mill about, like, oh, that the first rumor was that I was going to run for mayor. And I'm like, absolutely not. I'm not running for mayor. And then the second one was that somebody put me up to it, which nobody put me up to it. Um,
mm,
I get sent information all the time. I got a hold of some depositions because of a lawsuit against the city of Corpus Christi.
mm.
And, I have enough information to prove that the mayor, she basically perjured herself and she lied under oath. And
Ah, sheesh.
it's really hard for me as a community member, as I'm seeing, you know, billion-dollar budgets and people lying to get certain projects funded, and we're supposed to trust them with our tax dollars.
Yeah. Wow.
And when they get deposed and they lie when they're being deposed under oath,
Mm.
then that's a problem. And
Yeah.
so that is the reason for my petition, and that is the reason for the oh my gosh, I just forgot what it's called.
What's going on, Logan O'Nair? He says, "What's up, Rachel?"
Oh, hey Logan, how's it going,
On
bud?
Facebook. What's up,
Oh,
JD
okay,
on
cool. Right
TikTok?
on.
Appreciate you.
It's the impeachment.
Okay.
So it's called the Articles of Impeachment of Mayor Guajardo. So, I have those two things, and so the rumor mill and all the old school politicians are like,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, she's disgruntled. Oh, she's this, that," and they start with the rhetoric often. But the
Mm.
truth in the matter is we as community members, we get to decide the type of government we have, especially here at a local level. At the federal level, our votes get watered down so bad, and then you have the electoral college. Like here at a local level is where it matters. And I don't know if you remember last election cycle 2 years ago, where it was a tie,
Mm.
and the guy won because they rolled the dice. That was
Wow.
the tiebreaker.
Oh my gosh.
Do you remember that or no?
No, I
That
mean,
happened
when
2 years ago.
wow.
So when people tell me, here in Corpus, and they're like, my vote doesn't matter anyway, I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, it does.
Mm.
One vote matters here.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. Wow.
So,
Wow. Yeah.
and then the harder part of it is zero, not one media outlet, not one radio show has reached
Mm.
out to say, hey, what's going on with this petition? What's going on with the articles of impeachment? Like, come talk to us. What is going on? None of them.
And this was what filed, like you were mentioning in your video, what, like 3 months ago? How long ago?
The petition to remove Mayor Guajardo was filed on August 29th last year.
Last year. Dang.
Yep, in 2025. Yep. And then the articles of impeachment I just filed this week.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So what are your main thoughts? Like, are you like, how come this hasn't happened sooner? Or
Well, yeah, and the thing is, you gotta, the government's a bureaucratic nightmare, right?
mm,
So you have to wait, and you have to like convince the council that, hey, this is important. I think there's other community members that are in agreement with me.
mm,
The hard part of it is that a lot of people are afraid of retaliation.
oh,
So people
wow.
don't
For
want to, they're like, we support you. We just don't want to sign it. Like
oh man.
we don't want to sign the petition. So there's an online petition that I've done. It's unofficial because you have to make sure everybody's a registered voter, but it's at 1850 now, and people are unhappy. People are unhappy with the way our local government is being handled. They're unhappy about how the water situation is being handled. The media, Corpus Christi Water, the city of Corpus Christi has been like on our backs, like we're every drop counts, and we're gonna run out of water. We're gonna run out of water. All of a sudden, Governor Abbott gets involved, and now Peter Zanoni today is having a press conference, and he's saying, "Hey, look, you know, just so you guys know," and this is quote, this is what he said: "We will never run out of water." That was a Chris Six News story that he did maybe 2 hours ago. So, as a community member, and I've been involved in this, but like, how confusing are they making this for our community?
Mm,
Like, they're
wow.
telling us we're going to run out of water. And then, no, 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 I'm just kidding. We're never going to run out of water.
What's going on? Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh my
So
gosh.
I'm
So
just
what's
going to
the?
walk you through this real quick.
Go ahead.
Is the government, remember we talked about this last time, the government has its own language.
Okay.
So when they're talking about we need water for our customers, we need water. Customers is not us. Customers is industry. They are legally bound to always provide water to residents. So when
Yes.
they say we're running out of water, they're saying the city of Corpus Christi is running out of water to sell to industry to bring more businesses here.
Oh, shush. So they're not obligated to sell to industry,
I mean, they have an
or
obligation to
or
provide contractually what they have already, what they're contractually obligated to provide, right?
right, right,
And
right.
so what we have figured out, and this is all people across all party, the Republican Party, the Democratic Party, people that are in the middle, independents like me, is that they, how do I say it? We have figured out that what has happened is we've had the average rainfall We've had average rainfall. They oversold our water and are depleting the reservoirs. They're depleting
Wow.
our water because they
Oh, crazy.
oversold it. So now they have to go find more water to fill that void.
Wow.
And so that's why Zanoni is changing his story today, because now you have the governor coming down on him. You have everybody from it. This is a national story. This is
Crazy.
a national story. And so he had to backtrack. Then you have the mayor, full of political theatrics. I'm still waiting on Bass Pro Shop, FYI. And, I'm going to call an emergency meeting so we can vote on Inner Harbor desal right now. Okay, when did she schedule that meeting for? She just posted it today, April 4th. So it's
Wow.
all like with these guys that it's all political banter.
Mm.
There are projects, the city council, who they've been nicknamed the Fab Five.
Mm-hmm.
They have found $1.1 billion worth of projects that will provide water faster, less expensive, less invasive to the environment.
Mm.
And they're not talking about them. They're not talking about them. And so
What?
that's one of my biggest things, is like, why isn't Zanoni, talking about all these projects that are going to provide 66 million gallons of water a day to industry? Because it's not coming to us. We don't need it. When you and I had our first conversation, the community was using about 16% of the water. We've done our job. We're now at about 14% as a community.
Mm.
And guess what the
Wow.
rest of that water goes to?
Wow. Goes to the
So,
industry, the refineries, and whoever's using the
yep.
water right now.
And there's a Bitcoin place over in Annabelle, and they said that they weren't going to be using water, and now they're like using something crazy like 300 mgd a month. And they were not supposed to be getting water. And the only reason I know things like this is because I go to city council meetings every week, or when they have
Right.
them.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And the
Right. Right.
average the average Corpus Christian is not going to know any of this stuff. So
Mm-mm.
when the media does a hit piece, like 3 council members trying to remove the mayor, then people
Mm-hmm.
get pissed off, right? Because they're like, oh yeah, now they want to remove the mayor, la la la. And it's like, no, that's not the story at all.
Mm-hmm.
I filed the petition. Those guys just put it on the agenda so we can talk about it and say, hey, we're in trouble here, guys. We have a mayor who lies under oath. She's misleading the community. They're
Mm-hmm.
using fear mongering to scare us into an experimental Inner Harbor desalination plant that's going to kill the bay. It's going to kill the bay. And all I can think about is we have Texas A&M over there. We have the Lexington. We have the Texas State Aquarium. And that's
Mm-hmm.
all I can think about. It's like, that's a huge tourism generator, that area. Our
Okay.
our
So
tourism, our
so
revenue
so
in go
yeah,
ahead,
yeah.
sorry.
Real quick. Let me stop you. So so we're not running out of water according to Zanoni,
Mm-hmm.
as per what he recently said. Prior
Mm-hmm.
to that, they kept on saying we are running out of water.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems, if I get this right, that they're trying to figure out how to make more water to sell to these industries.
Correct.
Okay, so it's not so much us; it's more what they can sell.
Yes, and then this is their favorite word. It's for economic development.
Oh
Like,
shit!
how do you expect Corpus Christi to grow if we don't bring more businesses here? I'm like, we bring more businesses here that are paying, minimum wage jobs, $20 an hour jobs, and they're taking 80% of our water. It's not worth it.
Wow.
What we need to do is strategize and bring, diversify our economic portfolio, because
Mm-hmm.
they're like, oh, industry, Corpus wouldn't be Corpus without industry, la 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 la. And I'm like, take
Hmm.
a drive around our community, the whole community, from the south side to the north side over here. It's falling apart. How can
Wow.
you guys tell us that industry's bringing economic development, and they're like, oh, well, they come here and they eat at our restaurants and they buy our houses, but then if you take a
Mm.
cruise on 181, or
Wow.
like if you're going to Portland, all you can see is all these RV parks.
Oh, sheesh.
So we're being
So crazy.
misled. We're being misled as a community, and it's nuts. It's nuts.
Oh, wow. So, I mean, is there any examples that do have that? Because it seems like we would have to get businesses that don't use a lot of water, right?
Right.
Uh, which I mean, I don't know. I don't know too much about our history as far as like what
Hmm.
businesses have tried to come down here. I
Hmm.
really kind of just like the normal corpus person, like just kind of oblivious to all this stuff that's going on.
Hmm.
So it's like, dude, can we actually have that? You know what I mean? Can we
Yeah.
actually have, you know what I'm saying?
We have like three high rises downtown that are practically vacant.
Crazy.
You know,
That is crazy.
the building with the two towers,
Yeah.
they filed for foreclosure.
Wow.
Like they're being foreclosed on. And we could, but this is the thing, like I get so many phone calls and emails and text messages, and there's so many people that want to come here. I mean, we should be a sports tourism community because we have Sun 365. We don't
Wow.
have harsh
Yeah.
winters. So we should be embracing the athletic community. We should be embracing the skateboarding community, the windsurfing community, the all those different industries, the fishing. But no, these politicians want to destroy it all.
Hmm.
And so for me, going to these meetings every week and now learning their language and how they're communicating and how they communicate information to the public, it's a
Well,
very
how do
hard
we?
position to be in.
It seems like this has been a struggle for years. Like, I'm sure there's other people that speak up like you, as far as wanting our city to grow, progress in that way, like that you're talking about. So how come it hasn't really worked out? Like, what are we voting for the wrong person? Like, what's happening? You know what I mean? What's the
If
underlying thing?
if you want to know the truth, Raza, we are not that smart. You know,
Hmm.
people vote for the mayor. I had a guy comment on something and he's like, "Oh, I voted for the mayor because she said hi to me."
That's funny.
And
Dang.
then, you have other people that are like, "Oh, she's so pretty and like she looks so nice in all her pictures." And
Mm,
that doesn't make a good representative. That doesn't make a good
yeah.
elected official. And so, she's I know she's catching some grief because she was carrying like a $7,000 Gucci bag or
Yeah, yeah,
something.
that was funny. Yeah,
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 that
yeah.
was funny. But it just goes to show, like, she's so far removed from her community. How many of us can afford a $7,000 Gucci bag?
Dang.
And so, but here's the thing though, Jesse, that spending
Mhm.
carries into government because they're
Wow.
spending and spending and spending, and we don't have the money. So these five council members found those projects at a $1.1 billion price tag. Peter
Hmm.
Zanoni has never tried to find federal funding. He's never tried to find grants. All the money that they've received, like Governor Abbott was like, oh, 750, they squandered $750 million. He's full of crap
Wow.
because that was a loan that they applied for preemptively. They applied for it with the Texas Water Development Board, which is an organization under Governor Abbott, and his comments were theatrical too, because the city was telling us, oh, the Texas Water Development Board won't let us change the scope of work so we can use that money for other projects. Within an hour, we found documentation where the Texas Water Development Board said, oh, yeah, go ahead and change the scope of the project because that's what's going to be beneficial for the community.
Oh man.
So I call him out on that. And then so Governor Abbott, for him to say like, it's the city's fault. It's the leader. They're not being leaders, la la la. He's playing a theatrical game too, because he's running for reelection and he's got a
Oh man.
strong Democratic opponent in Gina
Oh.
Hinojosa. So now he's playing this political game with Corpus,
Oh.
saying like, I'm gonna come down there and I'm gonna take over the city. He
Right.
can't do that. It's illegal. He has
Really.
there's nothing that says that he can do that. Like, in
Mm.
other words, that's tyranny.
Oh man. Real quick, let me
It's
say
a
hi
lot.
to
I
some people.
know.
Yeah. Let me
It's a
say hi to
lot.
some people here on Facebook. Dan McQueen, MC Pools, Melanie on YouTube. Thanks a lot. Jessica Villarreal. Who else?
Okay. Hey guys.
Shauna Lane. Thanks a lot, you guys, for joining. John Fidro has a couple of paragraphs in there, guys. If you guys want to check them out. Also on TikTok, Nadia, Leo. Thanks a lot. Maida, Joshua. Barbara Joe, Corpus Christi says, are they going to remove the mayor after all? They're in the process. I guess they are in the process to remove the mayor after all.
So what's going to happen on the 24th is that they're going to put my petition on the agenda for discussion. They're going to decide how to move forward.
Okay, so what would this do? What's the main goal for having the mayor removed? Like
Well,
what's
I
the
feel like she has violated her ethical obligation to our community.
Mhm.
What is it going to prove? It's going to prove that this community is tired of corruption.
Oh wow, yeah.
We're not going to tolerate any more politicians that lie under oath and that lie to this community.
Mm.
So that's where I come from and say, hey, you guys need to step in here. I can't do this on my own, because we need to show these politicians that we're done with this corruption. We're done. We're
Wow.
ready for a local government that protects this community, protects our tax dollars, and puts the community first. And we haven't had that type of government, Jesse, in probably 30 or 40 years.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow. So this money that they're wanting to get more money so that they can make more money for for industry to make more
Mm-hmm.
money
Mm-hmm.
instead of the city like the stuff that we want as citizens.
Correct.
That's what's happening?
Yes. So in other
Oh.
words, we're having to pay for this $1.1 billion. We're gonna have to pay for it, the community. And
Oh
then you're
man,
gonna hear code, you're gonna hear like key trigger words like, oh, all of the ratepayers are gonna have to pay. That means all the people that use water. And I think the city, Corpus Christi Water services 500,000 people in different municipalities. And so they say, oh, well, the cost is gonna be spread across the board for all ratepayers, including heavy water users, including locally owned business, commercial businesses, and the community. Now, let's just do the math here. If we're only using 14% of the water, why should we have to pay 100% of the bill?
yeah.
Industry's not coming to the table with any money.
Mm.
They don't even want to pay their taxes. They disputed their taxes.
Oh, are you serious?
The city of Corpus Christi raised their water rates for the first time in something like 15 years last year, and they're suing the city of Corpus Christi for raising their rates.
Oh my god, dude. Wow. And it's
And
like
and
it's
here's and it's hard, right? Because I'm not against industry,
mm,
and I think this community has embraced industry. Because if you take a drive up and down the I-37 corridor, it's all industry. We
yeah.
have given them so much,
Yeah.
and it's time for them to come to the table. And the only
Oh.
company, let me see, I think the only company that has come to let me see if I can find
Thanks a lot, Thomas Martinez. Go ahead, you can find it. Thanks a lot,
Oh,
Thomas
okay.
Martinez. I'm gonna review you guys' businesses if you posted. We're gonna talk to Rachel for a little bit longer, and then we're gonna go on to the other part of the show where I
Okay.
check out some businesses that are there. Kathleen, Trevor, thanks a lot. Ashley, Susan, and John, Mark Villarreal, Jefferson Davis. Thanks a lot, all you guys, for joining. Tony,
Yeah.
Arnolfo Garcia, all these people are watching this, Rachel.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
this
Awesome.
is all useful information that people are wanting to hear. So
Yeah.
yeah, you were looking up something there.
So Valero is actually one of the first industries to come and do a project, and they're going to contribute. I think it's it's in the millions. I don't have that number in my head. So at
Okay,
minimally, we've had some support from Valero, which is fantastic. And the
that's
other
good.
ones, so Gulf Coast Growth Ventures, those guys, instead of coming to the table and being true community partners, they're funding all the candidates that are in support of that experimental Inner Harbor desal plant within the Corpus Christi Bay.
Wow.
So they're not donating money to, our charities. They're not donating money to, the little leagues or anything like that. They're giving their money to candidates that are against the
Oh,
community, basically.
so lobbying basically. Is that
Pretty
what you call
much.
lobbying?
Yep, pretty much.
And lobbying. Okay, let me go back to my college government course. Lobbying is industries paying candidates to be on their side and I guess work for them.
Hmm.
But is that what it is?
Pretty close. Yeah. Here at a local level, you don't, they call them political consultants instead of lobbyists at a local
Mm.
level. But for the most part, it's their, local lobbyists.
Wow. Oh my gosh. What's up, Ben De Leon on Facebook? Man, so we're getting the mayor. You're getting the petition on there,
Hmm.
and a lot of people signed the petition. You have like 1,000 signatures or so.
1800, 1800,
Okay,
almost
and these
almost 1900.
and these are all people that want to get that want the mayor to be removed.
Yes.
Um, and it's like, do we as like citizens even know that that's possible? Like,
Yeah.
and why would we want to do that to begin with? You know what I mean? That's where my thought is going because,
Hmm.
like I said, like I'm oblivious to all this stuff. I have been until recently. Having my conversations with you, like, wow, this is actually going on in our city.
Hmm.
And me as a creative, like, I wish there was more creative things for creators to do in
Hmm.
this city. You know what I mean? How can we don't I mean have more of those opportunities or more money go into that instead?
Yeah.
I mean, like you
Well.
said, I think
Hmm.
because I'm a truck driver. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
haul propane and butane.
Yeah.
I work in industry. I'm not saying like, but I'm. It's like, what about other stuff too? And then even
Right.
our water is involved in this, and to hear that they're selling our water to the industry when Zanoni says we're cool, like we're not running out after all. Like, dude, what's the real issue here? And
Hmm.
how do we get involved and how do we fix this?
You're right. Well, and the hard part of it is that we have a $1.4 billion revenue stream with tourism, and the city is notorious for making it really, really, really hard on locally owned small business owners. They
Really?
don't help. They say that they support locally owned small businesses, and from what I've been able to see, they support locally owned small businesses that their friends own.
Oh,
So if you're
and
an
when you say,
outsider and you're trying to come in, and even with like baseball tournaments, soccer tournaments, all these different sporting events, BMX biking, windsurfing, all of that stuff, they're just not accommodating. Or they want to charge them a $1,500 or a $10,000 fee to use a park for the whole weekend. I mean,
what to
it
like?
is they.
So did they do that to discourage the small businesses?
Yep. And then
Right.
they give us just enough to make it seem like stuff is happening in town. right? Like, oh, well,
Okay.
the Islanders are having a volleyball tournament on McGee Beach. Oh, we're doing the St. Patrick's Day and Dia de los Muertos and First Friday. But in reality, there could be so much more happening here, but they're putting
Mm.
a halt to all of it. They're putting a halt to it. They're asking for unreasonable, insurance, unreasonable fees to use our parks, to the point where we're losing revenue because they're going to Portland because it's easier to deal with that government over there.
Whoa.
So we're in a little bit of world of hurt. People are asking why not Peter Zanoni, but Peter Zanoni's not elected. He's hired by the city council, and so he's been here for the longest 7 years of my life.
Mm.
He's I think he is the issue here, and until we replace him, we're going to be in this situation where the community is never going to be put first. He's not a
Oh wow.
community guy. He's an industry guy. He's admitted on camera that it's quid pro quo. You scratch my back, I scratch your situation. And he has called the community members that are involved in politics,
Yeah.
narrow-minded, self-interest serving, um, um, closed-minded people or something like that.
Yeah.
So he doesn't like our community. It's obvious. And so when we
So
can get a city manager that really loves Corpus, that really loves our community, I think that's when we excel. That's whenever people stop saying when they come to visit Corpus, like, man, there's so much potential here. There's so much potential here. Everybody from
mhm.
out of town says that. This
Yeah.
this this city could be so beautiful.
Yeah, for sure, man. Joe is wondering what's the minimum amount of signatures you need, and Eddie Mendoza on Facebook is asking where can he sign the petition.
Okay, so the petition is takebackcorpuschristi.com. I'm gonna put it in here right now.
She's putting
And
it in the Facebook comments, y'all.
and the petition, so this is how it works. There was so many people afraid of retaliation whenever I was getting the petition done that I only did the minimum required signatures, which was 5.
Okay. Oh wow.
Now, the petition online is going to help my case if they decide to move forward. But there's no requirement of a certain amount of signatures because it is not a recall, it is a removal. So that's the difference between a recall and a removal. On a recall, you have to get a certain percentage of registered voters' signatures, but on a removal, it's a minimum of 5.
So recall and removal. That's how you get. That's how you sign it, guys. Takebackcorpuschristi.com and that. So I guess so. They're already gonna put the petition on the agenda. Does it matter that people sign it? I mean, yes, right?
Yes.
Because the more people, the better.
Yeah, well, and then
Obviously.
they haven't decided what they're going to do. So if I go to public comment and I say, man, look, I've got 5,000 signatures here of people that are, then that encourages the people that put it on the agenda and the Fab Five to see it through. You know what I
Nah,
mean? But if
they
they
have
don't
to look at
see,
it.
right, if they don't see any public support, they're like, nah, it's just Rachel. So we're not going to touch it.
Oh,
So if
so
they see
public.
that
So
there's
okay.
public support behind it,
So public support is what votes for them. Is that what
no, it's
we're?
the signing of the petition and showing up to city council to talk about it.
Okay, okay. That's the only way that they'll actually look at it. Is what you're
Yeah, well,
saying?
they're going to look at it now.
Okay.
And so for them to move forward, we need to show them in mass that we're ready for this change or we're ready for something to change.
Right. It seems like that doing stuff like this helps get the word out
Mhm.
because as Trevor mentioning he says that the local media has done a horrible job reporting on these
Oh,
issues
it's bad.
as
Hmm.
well. Do you? Oh, I don't follow the local media. Do you think that that is true? What he's
A
saying there?
hundred percent.
Really?
100%. Like I
Wow.
said at the beginning, I've received 0 phone calls from 6, 3, 10, and the caller times to ask me why I did the petition and the articles of impeachment. No one's reached out to me. There's 4 different political morning shows here in town.
Yeah.
None of those 4 people reached out to me.
Mm. Dang.
And their thing is like they don't want to give me any airtime. They when people talk about me, they don't use my name because in politics they know that name recognition is huge,
Right.
and so they won't even say my name.
Really.
Yeah,
Because of. Wow.
because they don't want me to get name recognition, and if I run again, they don't want me to get elected because I'm not a
Wow.
part of their group.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
So name
they've
rec.
done a horrible job. And then you read the stories like Channel 3 is the worst place to get your information because
Mm.
they are the long arm of the government. The government tells them what to publish and they publish it.
Oh
They don't
wow.
do any research. They don't ask for any kind of comments for anybody regarding a story. I mean, Channel 6 is starting to get there. The only thing about Channel 6 is their investigative department is
Mm.
on point. The investigative team is solid, but it's their media, the people that the stories that they're telling their reporters are horrible, horrible.
Mm. You mean government, like Corpus Christi government tells them what to say?
Yeah, the city of Corpus Christi, Nueces County, Delmar College,
Dang, bro,
um,
for real.
the
So,
different ISDs,
uh huh.
CCISD especially. And they keep one, and I know that you got to cut out here, but like I'm asking people to look around. They keep
Mm.
saying economic development and more jobs. All these jobs are going to people from out of town because, and that's obvious because we see all the RV parks. Because if they lived here, they'd live in a house. They wouldn't need to stay in an RV park. But where is all of the they're taking away all of our resources. They're closing libraries. They close CCISD closed 7 schools. If industry brings so much economic development to our community and so much money here, why did CCISD have to shut down 7 schools?
So okay, let me understand. They shut down the schools so they can use that money that was funding those schools? Is that what you're
Say
saying?
that one more time, I'm sorry.
So why would they shut down the schools?
Because they were at a $27 million deficit in their budget.
Oh, damn. It was
Yeah.
costing us money.
Yeah.
What? How is
Yep.
that?
Because it's mismanaged. You
Mm.
have, like, I haven't even touched CCISD because I don't have the time dealing with the city, the port, and Nueces County, the commissioner's court. I
Hmm.
haven't touched CCISD, and CCISD is probably one of the most corrupt entities in Corpus Christi.
Oh man, I don't even want to hear that because like all of our kids go there, dude.
Yep. Yep.
Oh man, that's so sad.
Yep. And so
Wow.
what they ran the teachers aren't getting raises, the paraprofessionals aren't either, but you have a superintendent that's making like in excess of $200,000 a year.
Oh wow.
And you have these school board members who are all one of the school board members, I can't remember what her position is on there, but they paid her $80,000 to lobby for industry.
Oh my god.
So she created and was able to fundraise, I think it was $600,000 for the Coastal Bend Coalition so they could put candidates in office. And they got a couple of spots. They got Mark Scott and Roland Barrera for councilmen at large. And
So
so
wow.
they're going to double down this next election because they want that Inner Harbor plant, and we don't want it. We don't want the intake and discharge in the Corpus Christi Bay. We don't want it destroyed, and we don't want to have to pay for it.
Do we need some type of solution if it's not that?
Yes, well, like I said, there's already 5, 6 different projects that will provide water cheaper, faster, without destroying the environment, and it's not experimental. The plant that they the plant that they're pushing has never been attempted in a semi-enclosed bay system. They've admitted that twice on at the behind the dais.
Seriously.
The consultants have said that. Well, no, there's something similar in Australia. We look immediately. No, the Australia goes out into the main ocean. We're the only ones in a semi-enclosed bay system. So it's hard because the Port of Corpus Christi, right at the mouth of the where it opens up, is called the La Quinta Channel.
Hmm.
You go further inland, and that's the inner harbor where it's next to the Hillcrest community, right? They've already kicked out a lot of the Hillcrest community because they wanted to build that new big bridge.
Right.
The Port of Corpus Christi did a study. It's called a far field modeling. It's called far field modeling. They
Mm.
paid $100,000 for it a few years ago. That study proved that a desalination plant within the Corpus Christi Bay would kill the fisheries, the estuaries, and destroy the bay. So the Port of Corpus Christi pulled out of the La Quinta Channel because of that. And
Mm.
now you still have these dummies over at the city of Corpus Christi and Corpus Christi Water saying, like, no, we don't think that's true. We're still going to build it there, even though we don't know if
That.
it's going to work.
Oh man, why would they waste money and manpower on something that's like experimental?
Yep. And it's because it's not their money, Jesse. It's our money. It's our money.
Oh, dang.
And think about
Wow,
it this
that's.
way, if industry comes in and they build it on their own in the inner harbor and they destroy everything, we can turn around and sue them,
Oh wow.
right? So that's why they don't want to do it because they know it's
Oh wow.
probably, and I'm gonna leave you with this. There's already a desalination plant in the inner harbor. It's owned by CC Polymers, a plastic company.
Hmm.
It's been sitting there because they were never able to get it to work.
Wow. Sorry, my kids are yelling in the background.
Oh no, you're totally fine. But these petitions, honestly, they're not political. It's a community member, me, saying, I'm tired of the corruption. I'm tired of the lies. I'm tired of the manipulations. I'm tired of the gaslighting and the fear mongering. And I don't want a mayor that lies under oath. I'm done. We're done. And we all need to be done as a community because we're stronger together. We can fight them. We can replace them with people that we know is good or that they're going to care about us. And the hard part of it is that we don't have money and they have all of it. So it's much harder for us to get the word out.
Yeah, for sure. Wow, that's awesome, Rachel. Thanks for coming through,
Yeah,
talking
thank you
about
for having
this.
me. Yep.
Yeah. So, what are some of the actions that we can take after leaving this live stream here, listening to this conversation?
If you can go to takebackcorpuschristi.com to sign the petition, the online petition. And the big thing for if you really want to get involved is show up to the city council meeting on Tuesday, March 24th at 11:30 to speak about removing the mayor and us being done with politicians that lie to our community. That's and
March
I
20,
mean March
March
24th.
24th.
And from what I understand, the mayor is recruiting people to speak on her behalf.
Oh
So
wow.
we're gonna have to show up if we really want to make a difference.
Wow. Oh my gosh, you guys. There it is, you guys. Rachel Caballero talking
Yeah,
about what's
thanks for
going on
having
with the
me.
city. You're welcome. Thank you for sharing your side of the story. Thank you very, very much. It's
Yeah,
very
for sure.
insightful. I'm learning a lot of stuff about this. So hopefully some people that are watching are learning some stuff too.
Yes,
But thanks a lot,
awesome.
Rachel. You have a good one. Thanks for joining. We'll see you later.
Yep. Okay, see ya.
Okay.
Have a good
Okay, bye.
weekend, y'all.
Bye. All right, you guys. That was Rachel Caballero. Thanks for joining the live stream. I'm going to keep it going for a couple more minutes. I'm going to be talking about some businesses that were wanting for me to talk about their business on Facebook. I sent a message and I just told them, hey, if you want me to talk about your business, I'm gonna put your put it up here for you guys. But yeah, other than that, you guys follow Rachel Caballero. She's awesome. She's amazing. She's very very willing to share about what's going on. And not and unlike your local new your local news sources that apparently, like she's saying, that they're being told what to say, and several other people in the comments have had that type of experience with the local news, and they're saying too that the local news is horrible. I don't watch local news. Honestly, I get a lot of information from like Facebook or like Google or whatever, but I don't even watch TV. I don't have cable, but apparently a lot of our citizens do, and they watch it in morning, noon, and night. You know what I mean? I remember going to my grandmother's house. They would have the news on in the morning, making breakfast. At lunchtime, it show up, and then again at evening, and then you know what I mean. It's just I just want for truth. I want for truth to be shown and to know where our money is going. Me as a taxpayer, I think that that's important. Like, dude, this is our money. This is our city. This is our town. You know what I mean? Logan O'Nair says the all new exchange has reopened after an extensive renovation. Open at 4 p.m. Tuesday through Thursday. Yeah. Oh man, it's really nice. I passed by there last night. You can see the jam where the jam out stage is and everything. It's got nice lighting on the inside. Um, yeah, so check it out there. So let's check out these businesses that if you can find that post on my Facebook page on the Corpus Christi Originals podcast. It says, would any business like for me to review their Facebook page on the live stream tonight? Drop your page. All right, so let's check this out and see what we got here. Ben De Leon says you can't get a lot of channels for free, and if you do get a good antenna, my dad got almost 100 channels. Cool, thanks a lot, Ben. Let me see. Uh, let's see where it is. There it is. Here we go. Let me look at the comments. View comments. First business on the agenda here is we got Thomas Martinez with Ridgewood Air Conditioning and Heating LLC. I think Thomas came out to my spot. Ben, was this is the guy, right, that you recommended? I can't remember. If you did, he came out and did some good stuff. So Ridgewood Air Conditioning and Heating LLC, check them out. We are not sponsored by them. This is just a shout out for them through the live stream. Let you know what kind of business is around here. PO Box got the address. That's good. I'm looking for a website. Yep, that's good. Looking for a phone number. The contact phone number. Some of you guys businesses, it's messed up. You have to go in there and actually put in, I think, 1361 and then the rest, right? If you don't do that, then it gets messed up. If somebody tries to call you, it doesn't go through. Yep, he's got an email. Good, 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 good. What else we got here? Here's a highlight right here. What Ridgewood Air Conditioning Heating does. There's an AC unit right there. Apparently, let me see if it says. There we go. All right, cool, awesome, cool. Let's go to the next business. What I like about the page is you got a website, you got the phone number, you got the email address. Excellent. You got a mailing address, location, all good information that we need. That I usually look for whenever I go to a business page on Facebook. Next one is let's put all these comments together. All right, Rick Medina, Dope Barbecue and Grill. Let's see what they got here. 2.5K followers, located Corpus Christi, Texas. Yep, they got an address. That's what I'm looking for. Yep, we got a website there, Instagram, phone number. Yep, they got all the information that you need. Here's some photos of some of their stuff that they have. Baked potato, po' boy sandwich. Ooh, look at that fish. Yep, looks good. Looks good. Looks good. Yeah, thanks a lot. Lone Star Barber Company, formerly known as Jack's Barbershop, says Barber Joe on TikTok. Richard Caballero, thanks for replying. Logan O'Nair. Okay, yeah, the exchanges. If you want to find them, it's theexchangecc.com. Thanks a lot, Logan. Let me go back and see what else we got here. Mech Pools, right here at mechpools.com. Let's just click on his profile and see what we got here. Okay, unmatched luxury pool craftsmanship, setting the standard in elegance and innovation. Cool. Got all the information there. Looking for an address. Okay, I guess they're on mobile. There, yep, they got a website. They've got a looks like a YouTube channel. Got the phone number, looks good. They have an email, cool. They've got also obviously some bunch of photos and stuff. Yep, obviously active on their social media. 826 followers, cool. Get the word out. Let's see what else. Absolutely, skinny water rods is next. Apparently, what did it say? My name is Eli, and I'm a custom rod builder in Corpus Christi, Texas. Specialize in custom one of a kind fishing rods for everything from panfish to land based shark fishing. Nice. They got a phone number and an email. Cool. Looks good. 133 followers. Oh, look at that fish right there. Nice. Cool. Rod building. Dope. Like the skeleton dude. Pretty cool. Yeah, nice. It'd be pretty cool to see like a maybe a video of how it's made. That would be something pretty cool to see. Let's see what else we got. Oh, Crafts by the Bunny. She's been following us for a minute. She wanted to look at her Instagram profile. Hey, you're welcome, Logan, for shouting you guys out. Yeah, also Logan has a podcast. Check him out, dude. I think it's Lit Logan Podcast or Logan Lit. I always get him confused, and he broadcasts from the exchange, uh, the newly renovated exchange. So over here, back over here, Crafts by the Bunny, we have what does she do? Multimedia artist, dedicated mother and wife, official hype woman, freedom of expression. Pretty cool. So obviously we have some artists, an artist here. Wow, looks cool. Mixed media. She does painting. She does these little keychains or whatever those are, buttons and stuff. Pretty cool, pretty dope. Check her out. Crafts by the Bunny. Alrighty. See what else we got. Carson Miller and the Coastal Cowboys. Yeah, the Logan Lit podcast. There you go. That's how you do it. Let me try to memorize that. Carson Miller and the Coastal Cowboys, 1.1 followers. Nashville recording artist Carson Miller and the Coastal Cowboys playing all your favorite country. Wow, we got Nashville artists on the Corpus Christi podcast. Not bad. We've got a phone number, Instagram. They've got was it websites there? A website there. Pretty long website address. Carson Miller and the coastalcowboys.com/music. Obviously, and there's some pictures right there. Hopefully, you can catch what they sound like. Maybe a video of what their music sounds like. I think that would be cool. Just have what your music sounds like for people that go to visit your page. Let's see. Southern Sweets and Swang. Cool. 458 followers. Give them a follow. Southern Sweets and Swang brings the heart of the Southern Limit to you with homemade bakes and charming home decor. Every treat and every piece is crafted to add joy and style to your everyday life. See, this is what I want to talk about, you guys. Right here. The phone number right here, when it's like this, when you don't have the one at the beginning, when somebody goes to click on it, it's not gonna call that number. So you have to go and re-enter that number with the one at the beginning. I think it's not the area code. I think it's like the country code or something. It's like 1361 yada yada. And because I've done this before, I've gone to businesses. If it looks like this and it doesn't have a one at the beginning, it's a totally different number and it won't call your business. So I would fix that if it was my business. Maybe I had to have an address or some other information in the details here. If I go to the about page, category details, like fill all that in. Like all that is information that's used by Facebook to show other people. And then obviously have some posts, you know what I mean? Be active on there. But that does look pretty good. Look at that. That looks sweet. Just maybe a little bit more on the business on the Facebook side. Look at that. That looks good. Just fill in those details. I think that would definitely help out. If anything, you know what I mean. Maybe think about getting a website in the future, but for now, yeah, I mean, people are on Facebook, you know. And the last one of the night, we got Quick Cuts Lawn and Land Services. All right, let's check this out here. Let me see. At Quick Cut Land Lawn Services, we provide reliable and affordable lawn care solutions for homeowners, landlords, property management, and more. Okay, cool. Let me see what they got. They have the areas that they service. They've got a phone number and an email. Sometimes it's all you need. Quick Cut Lawn Services. Yep, 485 followers. Maybe be more. There you go. That's what I like to see. Videos of what's happening, how you cut in the place. A lot of times pictures, before and after pictures. A lot of that helps you guys because sometimes people don't know what the work may look like. If you have what your work looks like, then people will check it out. Arctic Blast to kickstart December. Cool. Yes, sir. I think that's about it on the businesses that commented to get their businesses reviewed by the Corpus Christi Originals. If you guys got questions or comments, sorry, I keep looking down. My computer screen is down here. I keep failing to look at you guys here in the in the forefront right here. But let's see if you guys have got any other questions or comments or anything like that. Put them down below and I'll check it out. Barber Joe, Corpus Christi, Texas on TikTok. He says Avalon and Robert Street, the barbershop, the best barbershop in town. We're centrally located at the corner of Avalon and Robert Street. Check him out also. We're on TikTok. We're also streaming on YouTube as well. But thanks a lot. Let me see. The Unshuck Yourself podcast. Go check them out, you guys. Okay, Skinny Water Rod says that he goes live on TikTok while he's working. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, that's definitely a whole nother. I'm just looking at the Facebook page right here, but TikTok has definitely got its own ecosystem or whatever's going on over there. The Unshuck Yourself podcast is part of the Corpus Christi Originals Network, and they've got a comment here. So let me just read it out. It says, "Hey Jesus, just wanted to tell you, I see what you're doing with the podcast and platform, and it matters. It takes courage to shine a light on what's really going on in the community, especially when it would be easier to stay quiet. You're giving people information, perspective, and a voice they might not otherwise have. Keep going. You're doing important work, and a lot more people respect it than you probably realize. Keep grinding, brother. Thanks a lot." Ben at the Unshuck Yourself podcast, man. I appreciate you, bro. That means a lot coming from you because you're a very wise person in my eyes, and that's the whole one of the main reasons why I got you on the podcast network, bro. Because a lot of the wisdom that you share in your podcast is helpful for me, and I think can be helpful for other people. So it means a lot coming from you saying this. Sometimes I don't take enough time to myself to realize how far I've come, uh, and I think a lot of us do whenever we're just focused on what we're doing, and just to sit back and be able to enjoy what's happening or how far I've come. Sometimes I forget to do that. You know what I mean? And when these comments, like you say this stuff, sometimes a lot of times, honestly, I just look at it like, oh, he's just trying to be nice. You know what I mean? Oh, he's just trying to. He doesn't really mean that. You know what I mean? Those thoughts creep into my mind. You know what I mean? But I have to I have to remind myself like, no, this is a friend of mine that he's actually trying to tell me something. Maybe you should listen. You know what I mean? But yeah, definitely stopping to realize how far the podcast has come. I remember I was doing live streams like this. My first 30 episodes was on a Zoom call on using StreamYard with me and another person on live stream like this, and got into the studio, and then eventually got still keeping the studio like at episode 112 right now. I started going taking the podcast on the road. I actually got some equipment so that I can take it on the road and show the atmosphere at a person's business or at a coffee shop and have a conversation with them, and definitely evolve. The podcast is definitely evolving for me. This whole platform is evolving for me. I mean, look at me. I'm doing a live stream right now in front of you guys, and a lot of you guys are here watching. It's amazing to know all the different stuff, and I'm constantly learning uh, about this whole social media podcasting thing, and yeah, I'm constantly working out what to do next. You know what I mean? I just recently had a man on the street where Ana Ramirez, who was actually the interviewer for the Corpus Christi Originals. I invited her. Said, "Hey, would you like to interview some people at the Art Walk? I'm just gonna walk around with the camera and film you." And I thought she would be a great person to do that because I know her from the comedy scene. She's very outgoing. She's a sales lady. Her nickname is the number one sales lady. So I had her on doing the man on the street, and people loved it. You know what I mean? It's had a great response since wanted to do that, because when I got the equipment, I got the gear, I was like, oh shoot, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. And just a little bit of investment to invest in those things helps with the platform, you know what I mean? But anyways, guys, I'm coming up on an hour here, man. I can hear my kids over there calling me. It's late at night. Next Friday, tune in, you guys. I'm gonna be here with another live stream. If you got any ideas of what to talk about or something like that, I'm still trying to figure out how to do a format for the live stream. Maybe talk about this, and this. But it was cool having Rachel here for the first 45 minutes to share, to drop a bunch of that knowledge that she did with me, per, with me and with you guys personally, um, to hopefully, to make our city better. You know what I mean? Because seeing that video of the governor talk about Corpus like that, no, I'm not even thinking about his agenda. I'm not even thinking about which angle he's trying to take it. Just to see that, it's like, dude, I don't like for people to talk bad about us. You know what I mean? Like I feel it like, dang, this makes us look bad. Like we look bad. You know what I mean? And it's like at a government level, because usually it's like just videos like that one video of the stripes lady that went viral for Corpus, or that one video of the lady that was running away from the officers, and she was beating the officers in a race. You know what I mean? Like just that type of news. But it would the governor talking about it, I was like, man, that's messed up, dude. Because I have a lot of pride for my city, and I just want for us to grow. And being a creative person, and going to the art walk, learning stand up comedy. I'm on open mic number 13. Like, it'd be cool to have more of those opportunities. And that's just those worlds. We're not talking, I haven't even touched the surface of music or art, podcasting, filmmaking. There's a bunch of filmmakers in here. It's crazy, man. Like, I just wish for those to grow so that the government can care, like the city council, like she was saying, can care about the actual city, the people that are here, and not so much the industry. And which is, industry is fine, like, I think, because it helps bring money in. But at the same time, what about these other industries that could bring in revenue? You know what I mean? That we, the people, actually want. But anyways, thanks a lot, you guys, for watching, for joining on TikTok. There's one person still left. Thanks a lot. Everybody else that's still watching on Facebook and YouTube, thank you. Tune in for another live stream next Friday. Thanks a lot, you guys. Peace out.